Welcome to the Waylon perspective. Please like and press that subscribe button. I appreciate it very much. This is America's Got Talent 2025 Season 20 auditions. My first time reaction to Steve Ray Ladson performing Back of My Truck. Let's commence.
Hi,
What's happening?
what's your name?
My name is Steve Ray Ladson,
Where are you from?
Hopkins, South Carolina.
South Carolina. Do you make a living making music?
Yes, I do.
How long have you been doing it?
All my life, but professionally, like 15 years.
And what's the dream?
The dream is to do my own thing. I've been touring with a lot of professional bands and stuff, but I'm here today to bring my own genre to the world, which is Black Grass Brother Connor.
Oh, I like
Black
that. So
Brother
did you
Connor.
create this lane?
Yes, I did.
So now I can't wait. I just want to hear you play and I want to know what this sounds like.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let me reiterate, let's go. Steve Ray Ladson, ladies and gentlemen. This is from one of the earlier episodes in the season. We are about to hit the live shows soon as far as AGT is concerned, ladies and gentlemen. But I went back to one of the earlier episodes to check out the audition of Steve Ray Ladson. On the stage here, ladies and gentlemen, instruments all around him, so I'm assuming a band will assist him here. The young man saying he's been performing for at least 15 years here. He's been in the industry, he's been doing his thing, now he wants to branch out. He's saying he created a vibe here, a kind of subgenre of music, so he's going to give us a taste here with this performance, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what the young man brings to the table. Like they said, let's go.
Oh,
Amen. Are you ready? Yeah. When I pull up on the scene, it hit different. Cause ain't nobody whipping how I'm whipping. We can leave the house, bring the dog and my guitar. Fill up on some diesel, yeah, we about to take it far. I got my pole and my tackle box for the lake. We going fishing, yeah, you gon' be the bait. Romans on the road while we headed to the show. See, I got what you need, baby, that's for sure. Now
Ladies and gentlemen, the vibe we're getting here is solid, like a solid mishmash of hip-hop and country music, ladies and gentlemen. The beat driving it forward, that bass sounding freaking fantastic. And then Steve Ray Ladson coming in with a singing sort of rapping style. You know, he mixes it up here, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of how he performs. I'm pretty sure that is a banjo that he is rocking. I'm pretty sure, because just before the song started, he was like, playing on it. Look, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I am oh so sure that that is a banjo. And the vibe is definitely electrifying, is what I'm saying. Ladies and gentlemen, I personally... It's not just that I enjoy, the regular genres of music that we're all familiar with, but I do appreciate when artists mix genres, when they dip into various styles of music and they bring that all together into one cohesive package. I really appreciate that in all, kinds of music. So whether it's taking classical and adding that to heavy metal, whether it's taking hip-hop vibes and adding that to country music, it's just awesome stuff because it shows creativity in terms of, what the artist is willing to explore. So this sort of thing works for me immensely. And as you can see, the audience enjoying it oh so much, ladies and gentlemen. I have not checked out any of these older auditions. Going through this season of AGT, I have only reacted to the, auditions that I've reacted to. So I've not checked out these other auditions at all, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Ray Ladson, early on in the run of the show this season, doing what he needs to do and impressing everyone here already. This is sounding awesome.
you can take a ride and we can make a vibe. We can all go down tonight on the back of my truck. On the back of my truck. Oh yeah. On the back of my truck. On the back of my truck. Just take
I gotta just give a special shout out to the vibe there, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. That bit of sort of melodic singing they did there that kind of functions as the song's like hook. Ladies and gentlemen, that sounded phenomenal. You gotta agree. The vibe they're creating here, it's absolutely the kind of vibe that lends itself to a large audience just losing it, just absolutely enjoying themselves. It's just electrifying stuff. Lots of charisma on display here on stage by Steve Ray Ladson. Absolutely. And the song, ladies and gentlemen, this is a different vibe indeed. And I personally am enjoying this vibe immensely.
Tell me how you like it, baby, let me know. We can roll fast or we can ride slow. You say you're familiar, you heard it all before. But see, I'm the realest and I got to let you know right now that you can take a ride and we can make a vibe. It's gonna all go down tonight on the back of my truck. On the back of my truck. Woo! Yeah. On the back of my truck. On the back of my truck. On the back of my truck.
Steve Ray Ladson is from Hopkins, South Carolina in the United States of America. He is an artist, actor, vocalist, music producer, songwriter, arranger, and a musician who's been active professionally since 2010. Back of My Truck is an original song written and performed by Steve Ray Ladson, released in 2024. That performance sent a surge of electricity through that audience, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone electrified by the performance of Steve Ray Ladson and his band. The judges super impressed and handing out 4 yeses, which is very impressive in and of itself, ladies and gentlemen. When you can get everyone together like that to agree, to appreciate the brilliance of your performance, then you know you've done something right. And Steve Ray Ladson giving us a completely different vibe on that stage, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely agree, that was something different in terms of the performances we've gotten this season, and it worked for me, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate all of the genres. There's very, very, very few genres that I totally reject, if any. In fact, I have to check. You know, I'm pretty sure there's tons of musical genres out there, people doing all sorts of different things. So there are some, strange genres that I've heard of that, don't necessarily, that are a bit more sort of weird and artsy, and, they don't have those pop sensibilities that I long for. So, you know what I mean? You'd have to delve deep to find a genre that I don't enjoy. The mainstream stuff, the stuff that's established, I enjoy all of it, ladies and gentlemen. And then when you mix them together like this, like Steve Ray Ladson did with his original song, it's just wonderful stuff. His performance was a strong one on that stage, leading that band in terms of, just giving us a tight musical performance as well, taking us through different facets of the track, and just absolutely getting the audience excited, moving, grooving. Also impressing those judges. The judges were absolutely enjoying the vibe as well. And musically, that is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. You got to get the audience to absolutely move, groove, and appreciate what you're doing. And Steve Ray Ladson did exactly that. The young man has been performing for quite some time, but I'm pretty sure that AGT and this performance here managed to broaden his profile in terms of people noticing what he can do and what he is capable of. So, ladies and gentlemen, moving on in the competition, the young man, having to keep it going. That's what all these competitors have to do, the ones that manage to be lucky enough to move on. You gotta keep raising your game. Steve Ray Ladson giving us a wonderful audition here. Awesome stuff here by the young man. Very, very enjoyable, very, very entertaining. And entertainment value is a massively important facet for me as well. Watching these performances, I need to be entertained, and the young man did that. That was a jamming performance by Steve Ray Ladson. He definitely made an impression. That was awesome. Steve Ray Ladson brought a unique vibe to AGT. That was a fantastically exciting performance.